Hey, DJ Mikey Mike in Direct Sound, and we're doing it from scratch with SweetLight DMX software. And the other day we did room spin manually. Now we're going to do room spin with the generator. Generator is a really cool tool. It allows you to take multiple fixtures and use their parameters across a timeline that you have full control over. Now, I can't figure out how to attach these to the live page, but I think there is a way, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, but you can work within the generator. That's what I do all the time. Just launch the generator, open up a scene in the generator, and just play it correctly. Awesome. For those of you that don't have a dongle interface and you just want to practice with the software, you can completely do this without buying or purchasing a dongle. Almost every DMX software out there is completely free, but there is a fee for the interface, the hardware interface between the USB software and the dongle, or the DMX software and the dongle. Anyway, we're going to do this real quick here. Check this out. We're going to launch the editor, and here is the generator button, the new generator button. You hover over it, says generator. If I click on it, nothing happens. That's because you have to select a group to launch the generator. Now, if you have multiple fixtures, say you have a moving head and a park hand and whatever you got, it's going to select the like properties, so the pan and tilts or the color channels, and they're going to select the like properties of those, and it's going to put them together. Since I'm just grouping all my park hands, all the properties are the same, so this is what we're going to work with right now, park hands. First you gotta create groups. So my park hands are grouped as P for pars, so I hit par. Notice in the 2D mode, all my pars are selected. Now I'm able to select the generator by clicking the generator button. Here we have we have levels from 0 being this bottom line to 255, and across is the time. The duration is 5 seconds right now. So if you hover over it, it says 255 and 0. If I slide it down, it will say 255 and 0. It should say 5. Oh, this is the 0 point, and this should say 5. And there's 5. Okay? So right now we're at 140 and 5. So if I was working with the dimmer channel, this would be completely off, and this would fade my light all the way up to the top. Okay? But we're working at a 5-second point here. So we're going to turn on my 3D viewer so I can see it in the 3D view mode. And these are my like properties with all my park hands. So if you select and highlight, you see the blue line, that highlights that particular property. Okay, and a checkbox will turn it on and off. Now, if you notice, nothing turned on while I was in the DMX in the room here, because my dimmer channel is not up. As soon as I turn my dimmer on, the lights will turn on. Now, if I highlight the particular line here, now this line here will affect the dimmer. If I click and hold my mouse button and I slide this lever up and down, the dimmer works. Now if I do the same thing with my red, the red will work. Okay, now if I turn on green, now red and green make yellow. Now if I take yellow, since the red's highlighted and I take the red down, it's going to change different colors now, because I just took the red out of the green. You see that? See how that works? Okay. So if I fade red back up, red and green make yellow, take green off, back to red, get the concept. Okay? So this timeline right here, if you right click, you can add points to it. Now this being 255 and this being 0, if I click and hold and drag this point down, I just turned off the lights, because the lights are sitting right here at this point right here. And there's 25 lights sitting here, because that's how many park hands I have. So it's going to go from They're all stacked on top of each other. Now this little button down here, the shift, this fans your lights out. Now you notice there's a little dot all the way across the bottom. That represents a light at each of those dots. Now as soon as those lights get to this point right here, they're going to turn on in a fanned kind of position. And then they'll go across here to 255, and then and then they'll start back over here, and then it'll turn off. They'll come across, turn on, so you get the concept. On, off, on, off. Okay, but in a timeline. So we're at a 5-second duration, so in about 3 seconds time, they'll turn on to off, on to off. Okay, so now I'm going to hit play, and you'll get the picture. There they go. We just created that spin effect in 1.2 seconds. Completely spinning around the room. On and off, on and off, on and off. Okay. And now I can add multiple colors. So if I wanted to click on the green and do the same thing, check the green, now it'll go from the green is on 100% of the time, okay, but the red is on and off. So at half the time, the green or the red is off, and then the other half it mixes with the green, so then it creates the yellow. So that's why you see green and yellow. Okay, but now if I go to green and I right click and add a point, and let's add 2 points. I can fade this one down, and now we're going to get green, red, yellow, and that's it. Green, red, yellow, and green, red, and yellow. Okay, see how that works? And now if I click on the blue and turn that on, I'm going to probably mix in a little bit of purple in there. There you go. So now I just have a multicolor room spin in less than a few seconds. Okay? So I'm gonna hit stop, and I'm gonna hit save this project. I'm gonna save this project as room spin. I'm gonna call it room spin 2. Okay? And now I'm gonna X out of it. I'm gonna X out of this completely. Hey, you know what? I just got to my show, and I'm ready to start. Turn on my editor, and I'm going to select my pars by a hotkey, and then I'm going to turn on my generator. You know what? I already have a show already saved. I'm going to open up the show folder. I'm going to click Room Spin 2. All my parameters are there. Turn on my 3D viewer. Hit play. Look at that. You know what? That's spinning a little too slow for me. I want it to spin faster. All I got to do is adjust the duration to 2 seconds. Hit enter. And now look how fast it spins. I want it to spin at 1 second. Hit enter. Look how fast that spins. That's incredible. I just created a cool show. Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to add another effect at the same time. I want it to strobe. So I'm going to click my shutter. While it's strobing, it's still spinning. Take the shutter off. You can do multiple effects in 0 amount of time, completely live, and it's simple. Now you can do this with multiple parameters and have a lot of fun with it. This is the generator with SweetLight software. Really cool stuff. This is DJ Mikey Mike doing it from scratch. Peace!